Kat and Jack are
I
here,
know.
is here. Thanks, guys, for joining us. And welcome back, DeeOna, and welcome back, Julie. It's nice to have all three of us together, but it's particularly nice, DeeOna, to see you. We missed you.
Thank you, Eric.
What would you like to share?
Well, I think we were talking about this when we were backstage just a minute ago, is the idea that, because I practice the principles of A Course in Miracles, nothing bad should happen. And that's just simply, that's a myth. That's not true at all. I mean, first and foremost, the script is written. What's going to happen is going to happen. And I had to remind myself on many occasions, because I was in the hospital for a lengthy amount of time. It was like
over a month, right?
Yeah, about a month and a half total, because I had to go back in a second time. And I think for me, what's so important is to remind myself what the purpose is in this experience. And it's only ever for forgiveness. Because there's nothing, I'm watching a movie play out and reminding myself that on the screen, and it doesn't matter what's happening on the screen. Sometimes it's a comedy, sometimes it's a drama, sometimes it's, the characters in the hospital having emergency surgery done, like in my case. And I just had to remind myself what the purpose really is and what the purpose is in anything that I seem to be doing, that DeeOna seems to be engaged in. Because yeah.
How did forgiveness play a role in getting through that experience?
Well, I'll share with you one situation in particular. I had to have some fluid drained from my lung. And so they had to stick this big needle in my lung and drain out fluid. And it was by far the most painful experience that I have ever had. And I remember sitting there while it's happening and telling myself, oh, wow, what's really here, right? It wasn't like I said it out loud, but it was like this reminder internally, what's really here, what's really happening, or should I say not happening? And there was this reminder and this felt sense of a presence beyond myself that was with me, which is me. This is me. It's not something outside of me. And I could feel it. And it helped me to get through the experience because it was very, very painful. And yeah, that was one incident in particular. Yeah.
I think especially, the foundation that you had with the 12 steps and with the course, because it's easy to fall back on a whole different way of thinking that we've emerged through due to our practice. And, I think that's the difference between like pure positive thinking only type of vibes, where when something happens that can be judged as bad, where have all those positive thoughts gone? And it's easy to fall back on those habits that no longer serve us.
Right.
In your case, and in my case, it was, it was drinking. But through the practice of changing our thoughts, through the practice of forgiveness, we're not left with that old style of thinking. Because even if those thoughts come up, we're able to forgive. We're able to, as you did, see the reality of the situation.
Right. To recognize it. Yeah, that's perfect. And immediately what comes to mind is steps 1, 2, and 3 of the 12-step program. I was completely powerless over the situation. There was nothing I could do. If I wanted to have the fluid drained, this is the procedure that had to be done. But I'm also very aware that there's a power greater than DeeOna that is always here, that's never not here. And I can always tap into that. And as soon as I did, immediately there was a lightness that came in. It didn't feel so hard and contracted, the experience.
Right.
So yeah, it's very beautiful to have those experiences happen, which ultimately it's myself, capital S self, and to remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
As a teacher, which you both are, wonderful thing to be able to present to people that one, you don't walk alone, that you hand this all over to the Holy Spirit, you hand it all over to Jesus or love, whatever term you want to use. And it can be from, in your case, serious illness, and it can be in, marriages, children, everything can be handed over to um, that higher source. And that's the great one of the 12 steps. I am powerless. We are powerless. That small s, but we are not without power.
Right. Right. That's beautiful, Eric. Exactly. Yeah.
Touch on some of that, Julie?
I was just thinking as you said that we are the power together. And then right before that, well, no, in connection with that, when I was visiting DeeOna in the hospital, I had the opportunity to learn from all the teachers around me, DeeOna and everyone there. And I had the opportunity to see anywhere and feel anywhere I was holding a judgment against the institution of the hospital or feeling concern for DeeOna and what shall I do for him? Holy Son from A Course in Miracles came to me, what should I say? What should I do? Where should I go?
Right.
Trying, not so much time, but allowing, putting myself in the space of allowing, just let me be instructed and how to be truly helpful, because I know my ego doesn't know. So that was helpful for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And connected to this, I noticed you getting online. Are you every day starting the day by saying that you love us? Because I know I've been noticing these recordings.
Oh, yeah.
Are they short? And they're so beautiful.
Thank you.
And somehow that gets put right next to this.
I had a friend on a live stream. I had said something about everyone should hear someone say that they love you in the morning, and she had said, I don't hear that. I don't have anyone to say that. So the next day, I made a video looking in the camera and saying that I love you, and I've done it every day, probably for about 6 months now, because I realized that somewhere out there, there's someone who needs to hear that I love you. So as long as it comes for me to do, I'll show up every morning and I'll let everyone know that I love them. I wanted to mention someone who has spent a lot of time in hospitals, caregiver for my mom, caregiver for my dad. Specifically, Julie, this is for you. It's hard to feel helpless. You see someone that you care about, someone that you love, in so much pain, suffering, and we feel like we can't do anything to alleviate that pain and suffering. But the Course reminds us that no one suffers alone, that there is something we can do. That we, as one mind, we can offer healing. Whatever healing, we're not in charge of how that healing takes place, but we can offer a healing. We can extend and expand that love that we have. Did you find yourself doing that quite a bit in the hospital?
Yeah, it felt like a mind project for all of us who know and love DeeOna, came to visit her. Like it was for all of us. And I could see that the being DeeOna is never sick, you know, and that
Right.
really stepped forward for me. So that's a gift to see that. And to understand the rest of it, we'll get instructions. We don't know what we're supposed to think, say, or do, but we'll get instructions. It's just simple as that.
Right. DeeOna, how about the great line, and I think the most repeated line in the course? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. Did that play in your mind?
You know, I think the thing that was that when is just that statement, I don't even have to think about it. It moves through me as
Or
I'm, it works. I don't have
right. Our
so
connections,
there was an awareness.
our connection's a little bit shaky right now. Just to let you guys know. I don't know. I don't know if it's on both of our
Okay.
ends.
Were you able to hear
What's that?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know about Julie, but I can hear you just
You're good.
fine.
You're
Okay,
good.
good.
Were you able to hear what I shared?
It broke up a little bit in as you were talking. We could hear some of it, but guys in the chat, let me know
Okay.
what you can hear and what you can't. Is there? Can you reiterate if you don't mind?
Written
Right.
is something principle that just moves through me because I was always aware of awareness, always. And within that awareness is an understanding that I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I don't have to think about it. It works through me now. Whereas maybe, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, like when I was doing the course lessons, that was something I had to be reminded of. Now it's just there. And within it being there, within that awareness, is an understanding that I am not a body.
That's a hard.
I'm awareness.
That's a hard statement to hear sometimes. That I'm not a body, because we are so attached to it. Maybe our greatest attachment, because we love others seemingly through the body, able to hold hands, able to hug, and as well, we tend to our children. Uh, Everything seems to be done through the vehicle of the body. So when we hear that, I am not a body, um, I'm not a body, I am free, I'm still as God created me, can
Right.
be difficult. As well, we had a friend who was stuck on lesson 128 for a while. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Because it sort of seems like a denial a bit. But it's really kind of freeing though, when we get it.
Right. I think, I don't know, I think with that, it's like this awakening is a gradual, it feels like within the dream, it's a gradual process until consciousness dissolves and just God is, right? It
Right.
seems like it's just a gradual process of coming into a recognition of what I really am, that I'm not a body. Now, that doesn't mean there wasn't many moments where I forgot what I was, right? And pain was like intense. I am, oh, there was something else I was going to say about that. Oh, it'll come to me. But, oh, I know what I was going to say. There's a part in the course, and I hear Paul Hitterman comes to mind because he says this often, right? In his Zoom calls. The brain interprets to the body of which it is a part. This you should know. This you should know. Wow, that's the Holy Spirit saying, hey. And oftentimes I reflected on that, right? It's the brain that interprets, oh, this is painful. It's not me what I truly am, which is awareness, consciousness awareness. And so I found that extremely helpful. It's the brain that is programmed like a computer. It almost feels like robotic. But there's times where I fell asleep, right, within the dream and forgot what I really was. And the pain just seemed really excruciating.
Right.
But I know that the truth is always available, and is always present, and is always there. It's never not there.
Before I want to get Julie's perspective on that as well. Before I do, by the way, Paul and I have rescheduled for the 28th. We have been filled with technical issues between both of us. So the 28th at 1 o'clock, he's gonna come up.
Eric?
Julie, you want to touch base on that too?
Doctors and nurses are coming to mind. So, or an aide or whatever they call it. The opportunity to see the same thing in everyone and rest with that was really prominent. Over and above any judgments the ego wanted to make about any of it. It was just same, rest in the sameness. And then that's where your instruction comes from for me. You know, that's what I was getting. You can rest in the sameness, and this doctor and this nurse and then this aide and DeeOna and you, then this is where your instructions about what to think, do, and say come from. So I feel like that was a big gift from the experience. So again, thank you.
You're welcome. You're so giving.
Sometimes I wonder, finding ourselves in a situation like you did, DeeOna, and we think of it as, you know, this is happening to me, but at the same time, that who knows that we were put in place to be a loving force for someone else, a doctor, a nurse, another patient, an orderly, that, you know, we have that opportunity, no matter where we are, to expand and extend love. And even if we are the one in the hospital bed, that doesn't negate our own healing potential of what we can offer to others, because we're one mind.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, we only show up for the miracle. I was going to say someone that also teaches the course, I would hear often him saying, you only show up for the miracle. That's why that's your only purpose in being there is the miracle. And yeah, like it's for forgiveness and to recognize nothing is in truth really happening here. But within the dream, it looks like this, and we just play our part, allow the parts to be played.
Right.
And do our best for me, it's doing my best to recognize, no, nothing, I haven't done anything wrong. Nothing's gone wrong. It's just the script playing itself out. Because the moment I feel guilty and think I've done something wrong, then I have to judge. Immediately, judgment is there.
Right.
There's immediately.
In two ways. It's the judgment of I did something wrong. I must have did something. And then we get the Job complex of judging God. Why did you do this to me? Why me? I'm I'm a serious student of A Course in Miracles. You know, I wake up
Right.
every day. I do coursework. I meditate. I pray. I I'm not. This is not supposed to happen to me, and yet, the course is very explicit in the fact that life happens in this world. This is not a world that you come to for easy stuff,
That's right.
as much as we wish it was. Um,
With my mighty companion on Eric's YouTube channel live.
Mighty companions. Can you answer a couple questions? This will be for everyone. Our friend Adam says, "Did you learn to often question your medical help, doctors, nurses?"
Right.
Did you learn to often question your medical help, your doctors and your nurses? Did you question if you, I guess, Adam means, did you question what was going on and um, keep abreast of why things were happening, medically speaking?
No, I didn't. Actually, I did not. No, I just allowed whatever they said and whatever they were doing to just, because I know I certainly didn't know. But yeah, I didn't question.
And DeeOna and Julie, if you both want to field this one, how can we better, this is from Squirrel Sniper, how can we better distinguish between the ego's plan for our recovery and true synchronicity guiding us towards genuine healing, especially when the path seems difficult? And right now, DeeOna, you're freezing up just a little bit. Okay, I can hear you, but it breaks up a little bit. You're like freeze stopping. Um, it's the motion. Oh. Still breaking up a little bit, and yeah, you're like stopping and then starting, stopping and starting. But you okay? I'll let you in. Just give us a second, guys. Just a minute, guys. There you are.
Here we
Okay,
are.
how's our sound now?
Everything seems good.
Good.
Perfect.
Do you
Clear,
remember
bright.
the question?
I'm gonna re-ask the question.
Yeah.
How can we better distinguish between the ego's plan for our recovery, ego's plan in parentheses, and true synchronicity guiding us towards genuine healing, especially when the path seems difficult? So we could also, if you want, I'd like equating synchronicity with the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit plans those divine connections. So if it's easier to answer, You can use synchronicity or you can use Holy Spirit, whichever one works best in your explanation. And you can both take a crack at it if you want.
Okay. I feel like synchronicity is something that that there's an awareness of synchronicity, the dots connecting, right? And when I notice that, that's where I pay attention. And when I say I'm talking about spirit, not DeeOna the character. But there's an awareness of the dots connecting, like the breadcrumbs, right? Following the breadcrumbs. It's my higher self planting the connections and the synchronicity that happens among the connections. And that's what I look for. Yeah. And yeah, I don't want to say because I don't want, to reinforce a character or a person here, but it's being aware of the synchronicity and the connections. That's how I know, oh, I'm in the zone, right? I'm in the rhythm as my higher self fall asleep in the dream, so to speak. Because once I fall asleep and there's not a recognition or a noticing of synchronicity, which is just intuition, noticing a connection among the symbols, and everything is a symbol. My higher self, Holy Spirit, Jesus, whatever word we want to use, uses those symbols to wake the mind up.
Right.
Yeah, I was just trying to think if there was an example off the top of my head when I was in the hospital of that happening. Yeah.
That last day, the and I felt like you two had such a nice connection. I can't remember her.
What, did she work for the hospital?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, there with you.
Daughter. I never had children, but yeah, there was I forgot about her.
The first time around, the woman cleaning.
I think we're starting to lose you guys
again. Can you hear us, Eric?
We're starting to lose you guys again a little bit.
I knew it. Yep, I could tell. Shoot.
We'll give it a minute.
Yeah.
Seems okay right about now. I said that, and right as soon as I said that, you guys froze up.
No, okay. It's okay. It is. It's really okay.
I tell you guys. I think you both know Stephanie Finn.
Yes.
Yep.
Her and she came up a month or so ago. Her and Lloyd are coming up tomorrow, by the way, celebrate Valentine's Day with me.
How are they coming tomorrow, Eric?
1 o'clock. They wanted to talk about the heart of God, being at home in the heart of God for Valentine's Day. But the first time she was coming up, Stephanie, she's having a really hard time. Her and I connecting, just all kinds of technical issues, and she sent me a message and said, "You know what? This is just a technical lesson in forgiveness." And immediately we both relaxed and just smiled and allowed things to work out the way they worked out. So the three of us were having a technical forgiveness lesson right now.
I love it. Yep, that's it. What else? That's right. And it's just constantly reminding ourselves that this is just another.
Right.
Just another forgiveness. Isn't that awesome? I love that. I love that.
I like that. We're gonna try for another question. What did you do to get better at not sinking into the intense pain and fear? Uh, she says, "I'm chronically ill, and sometimes it's difficult not to be in my ego."
Mm. Get to where there's a reminder, a remembrance. Am I aware that I'm aware? All I have to, right, an ego, and I'm either ego or spirit. And when I ask myself, am
Hmm.
might have already shared this to you, Eric, I don't know. But it's Keith Kavanaugh said this one time. He said, so he dealt with like this extreme horrific anxiety for 8
Mhm.
years, right? And there's a level of pain that at some point we 12-step program, right? So to prayer, he asked, why? And pain for anymore after the surgery. But I would take aspirin and then do something that felt comforting. Lay on bed.
Right.
That the truth isn't in that, but that's something that can happen, you know, within the dream. I can phone a friend and lay down, something comforting.
Do you want to add some insights to that question, Julie? Slipping into the ego when we're sick or when we're in pain.
Yeah, the word upliftment comes in. And what I choose for myself when I don't feel good, I really can choose to be uplifted. It takes practice because at first you don't believe that you can be uplifted in any moment. And so it's almost like, in my experience, I went through the pantomime of practicing. You know, you practice, I can be uplifted, I'm going to turn toward upliftment. But then as you practice, you start to experience it. And what's really come into my awareness lately is you bring everybody with you. Why would you crouch down to come up with everybody. So why would you go into the hospital to crouch down and uplift and bring everybody with you?
Right.
Why would you
right.
have anxiety to crouch down and uplift and bring everybody with you? That's why. So it all fits together somehow.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And that's what Julie was talking about with the heart connections in the hospital. Yeah, yeah.
I'm always
Yeah.
reminded by Lisa Natoli and her own chronic illness. She
Mhm.
reached a point where she said to herself, if I never feel better than this, the pain, the chronic pain, the issue, if it never goes away, could I be okay?
Mm.
Could I be okay with this? Just that, accept, and that includes, can I be okay with this even if the ego comes in and says no? Can I be okay with the ego coming in? Could I be okay with feeling sorry for myself? Could I be okay with the experience that's happening at hand? And I think, DeeOna, that you would apply it maybe from, can I be aware? Can I simply rest in the awareness that this hurts? Can I rest in the awareness that this is the ego? Can I rest in the awareness of this entire situation um, is intense? And then see what happens. Right.
Remember what I am. Allow ask, knowing in the back of all the time. Yeah.
I think a lot of people, and you both said practice. It takes practice because it is not easy to be in intense pain and remind yourself that ultimately this isn't real. Ultimately, I am not a body. Going back to that great line, I am not a body, I am free. Um, when the body hurts, right? Um, let's see any other questions here. Our friend Adam says, yeah, used to get migraines where it felt like his heart was in his head. Eventually become one with the pulse. Just sort of recognize it, sit with it. It is important to say, none of it's easy at first, at least.
No, no, it's not. I thought it was just automatic.
Right. We're gonna give it a minute. You guys broke up again, frozen.
Can you see the question?
Yeah, I can't make.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. What really helped, I don't know if we're back on it.
I don't think we are.
You come
Let
in
us know
and
when
then you come in and you break up again.
Yes, like waves, that's
Right.
right. Earlier about the ocean, it's beautiful. I love it so much.
Our friend Adam had said that I know this was glitchy, but I thought this was a beautiful live stream. Pain is a serious teacher.
That's it. Absolutely.
Adam had wanted to know, maybe wait to answer this, or if you want to, if you could you describe your medical condition. His sister's a doctor, and he has stayed in a Holiday Inn. I don't know the connection, but
Can you hear us again?
keep talking.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Eric?
You coming in and out. We try it again. That, even if it gives us a 10-minute stretch.
Yeah, we'll do it. I'll give it
Oh,
another
that
whirl.
was cute. He said 10 minutes straight.
Guys, we're making do. Again, it's a technical forgiveness lesson, or a lesson in technical forgiveness. They're coming back in.
How
All
are we doing now?
Right now, you're pretty good. So,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna ride, like you guys said, we're gonna ride the waves. We're gonna ride the good waves. Do some surfing, and then when the waves recede, we'll repeat and do it again.
What a beautiful analogy.
Hey, Rabbit. I'm sorry I couldn't say hi when you first came in, my friend. Oh, so yeah, Adam would want to know if you could describe your medical condition. His sister, he says his sister's a doctor.
Oh, yeah, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. Yeah. That was a neurologist had diagnosed me with that after, going to many doctors, many tests. Yeah.
And that eventually led to the surgery?
No, the surgery and the fibromyalgia really were, well, they were separate, but the pain really came through when I was stuck in a hospital bed and I couldn't get up and move around. The pain really was really shining hard, like highlighted. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as Adam said, pain's a great teacher. Pain's a tough teacher, though.
It is. And,
Go ahead.
what, Eric?
No, go ahead, please.
Well, I was saying, pain is a great teacher. You bet. You bet. And I can say the same thing with the 12-step. That's when and anymore, because I'm on prescription pain medication.
Go ahead.
Me too, so much. The Care Bear stare. Forgiveness is quiet. No, forgiveness quietly does nothing. It merely looks. The oven.
We're back to breaking up a little bit,
Okay.
in and out. that line in the course always intrigued me, that our tolerance for pain may be high, but it's not without limits. Um, do you think that, you know, sometimes it feels like for me when I quit drinking that felt like I cheated because it was gifted to me. Um, Not that I did not experience a great deal of pain going through a decade plus of um, drinking every night and ruining relationships and literally wrecking my car and
Mhm.
endangering other people's lives, endangering my life. Um, but the I don't feel like my that I've reached my tolerance for pain um, as far as that addiction was concerned. But for whatever reason, I was given that little bit of grace. I've told this story before of getting pulled over and off-duty police officer and seeing that light behind me, and I realized that if I wanted to, right now, I could be done with it. Never had a drink again. And when the police officer, the state trooper, um, motioned for me to roll my window down, and I did, and he pushed the car, and he said, "Sir, have you been drinking?" He didn't try to talk my way out of it. I said, "Yes, but I'm never going to drink again." And that was the last night I ever drank. And there was no struggle. There was some loneliness afterwards. There was, some other issues, but um, there was sobriety, and it was just given to me as a gift, and as if the Holy Spirit was saying, "Now you have it. What are you going to do with it?"
Mm.
My life has proceeded from there. Um, but what do you guys make of that line? Our tolerance for pain may be high, but it's not without limits. Julie, we just lost you. Let's give it a minute and see. Sorry, guys. Do you want to try the trick? You want to try the trick again? Taking my supplement, guys. We're gonna see if then coming back in, and maybe that'll help us. Um, and we can address this question. Then maybe we'll call it a night and shoot for another night with some better connection. Rabbit says, "I'm thinking, didn't Jesus have some trouble on the cross when it came to pain?" I'm not an expert on that, but I think I heard uh, that somewhere. It depends on, I guess, which school of um, Christian philosophy that we're coming from. Some say yes. Um, Even in A Course in Miracles,
Here we are.
we're back, and it seems good right now.
Okay, perfect.
Hey,
So I would how pleasure and pain are the same thing. And when we get really tired of pain, we also start to see how pleasure is painful or the ego's pleasures are painful.
Mhm.
And I think it's just it all comes together, and then we can have these moments of grace where because we're just really willing to set it down, that some stride seemingly forward seems easy and effortless. And I think it gives us that little taste, like if you're not chasing after the ego's both pains and pleasures, because we do chase after pain and value it. If you're not doing that, your steps can be so easy, so gifted. And then you could look around you and see others having those same gifts. And that's beautiful.
Mm.
Julie, you just gave me a little aha moment, an insight into that experience of getting pulled over and why I received that moment of grace. It had nothing to do with the tolerance for pain. It had everything to do with the Holy Spirit knowing that my willingness was there to step into that new life.
Mm.
And, you know, I've often asked myself that question of why. Why did I get that grace? No, I know I had planted seeds, studying the course, meditating, practicing yoga. But what you just said, there was that little click, especially when you said willingness. And it brings me up. I was telling this to Kat earlier. You know the story when Jesus asked, or when Helen asked Jesus, "Why did you pick me for the course?" And the answer was, "Because you will do it. You were willing." So I wonder how much we can apply that to other things. Like, there's a great lesson in what happened to you, DeeOna, and it might not have even all unfolded yet. And when instead of
Yeah.
asking, why did this happen to me? And that it happened to you because you were willing to, as you said before, the script was written. You were willing to step into the role of allowing someone else to be a healer of, however that's going to unfold later. That, Julie, that was a beautiful insight that just seemed to spread through me in a moment. Thank you for that.
When I'm healed, I'm not healed alone. That's what comes
That's
from my,
Right.
absolutely.
We're doing it together.
Yeah. And that was a beautiful addition to that, DeeOna. And you know what? It was perfect clarity, not just from you two, but from our technical issues as well. So it's as if, if the entire live stream was a technical mess and all that came through was that one beautiful message from both of you, that would be enough. So
That's it.
We're getting advanced energy training
Yeah,
here.
it's beautiful. Because I don't know what anything is for. That's one of my, I don't know what anything is for, and I could teach peace instead of this.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what this is for.
right.
Maybe just that one lesson. And you know what, Eric, what I keep noticing is all I see for the most part is one eye on your face, just one eye, right?
Right.
And I keep hearing, let thine eye be single. Let thine eye be single.
I have that bad habit of setting it up like that. It's the one eye.
Yeah.
We have a question. How does stepping out of the Bliss-Ninny trap mentioned in Course in Miracles allow us to be more vulnerable and in turn make us more receptive to the synchronicities that signal a miracle is occurring?
What was it about the Bliss-Ninny trap?
Stepping out of it. That and I know Kenneth Wapnick talked quite a bit about Bliss-Ninnies. Always chasing the that next meditation high, always chasing the more advanced breath work. Right. That the newest tantric technique to bring us to the higher state of consciousness. Stepping out of that, the walking with that lofty feet above the ground, stepping out of that allow us to be more vulnerable and in turn make us more receptive to the synchronicities that signal a miracle is occurring.
Absolutely. it's the spiritualized ego. That when I think of the Bliss-Ninny, the spiritualized ego, I know for me, it's just a recognition, moment to moment. What am I? What am I? And when I remind myself what I am spirit. I'm open to being able to see that. Like you just said, Eric, it's I, right? Or let thine eye be single. When I'm aware that I'm aware, I'm open to the synchronicities. But if I'm asleep, and in ego, I'm not aware to any intuitive nudges, synchronicities, the breadcrumb trail. I've often heard, I'm not aware of any of that. So it's a matter of, am I aware that I'm aware? Oh, right, this is not real. When I remember this is not real, the Holy Spirit, the higher self, can use the symbols to show me, to nudge me in this direction, whatever direction it might be. And it all comes down to, like Julie said, Eric, willingness, open-mindedness, willingness, honesty, the how of the 12-step program. You know, the big book in AA was written to get you in touch with the power greater than yourself. It specifically says that. I think it's page 45 in the big book. And the Course in Miracles is no different. It was written to get you in touch with your inner teacher. Once that's done, put the course down, lesson 189. Forget this course, forget this world, and come with fully empty hands to your God. And for me, it's like repeat and trusting that the Holy Spirit, higher self, is going to, the wake up will happen when it happens. The awakening and ultimately enlightenment. It'll happen as it's supposed to happen. It's already happened. I may not see it. I don't know what anything is for, but I believe it. I believe it.
As mentioned before, we started the conversation with the script is written. Our friend Evan wants to know, is the spiritualized ego an ego that is now good?
I guess it's just still a limiting identity. So if I'm trying to separate myself from the other guy, maybe I'll do it as the spiritualized ego and say, I'm this way and the other guy is that way. But eventually I realize it depends on that other guy. To be with him,
Because we need our brothers to piss us off, so to speak.
Some of them do a really, really good job of that too, don't they? What great helpers. Just starting to break up again. We had a good little stretch with that run. I'm going to ask a question and we'll see if we can get an answer in. Our friend, Rabbit friend here says, I'm thinking, didn't Jesus have some trouble on the cross when it came to pain? I'm not an expert on that, but I think I heard that somewhere. Was Jesus in pain on the cross?
Jesus knew what he was. He was not in touch with the body. Because he knew what he was. He was fully, and when you're fully enlightened, that dissolves.
That's what Kat had said. You broke up frozen right now. And see if you can hear me. That's what Kat had said in the live stream. No guilt, no pain. And Jesus was free of guilt.
That's right.
Who was Gary Renard's teachers said to him that Jesus was a lot of people say, Jesus is the leader and Jesus was a great leader. And he said Jesus was not a leader at all. Jesus was the greatest follower because Jesus followed only the Holy Spirit and no other voice, just the Holy Spirit, not the voice of the ego, just the Holy Spirit.
That's it. That's it. And it's
Speaking of Rabbit Friend,
okay,
I just subscribed to you, Rabbit Friend.
Are you hearing us okay now?
Hearing you, you're frozen a little bit.
Okay. Tell me if the sound stops. But I would say with Jesus, I'm still kind of struggling that out with him. That story of the crucifixion. And I can't even really talk about it very well because I'm not really supposed to take anybody else's interpretation. I'm supposed to kind of walk through that with him. And we're right in the middle of it. And I don't know anything about it, but
Right.
I trust him. Trust him.
I go back and forth with it. I love the no guilt, no pain, and I do believe that Jesus at that point was fully enlightened without even a trace of guilt, meaning he wouldn't be in pain. But at the same time, I think it's a little irrelevant because pain or no pain, Jesus chose resurrection. And that's the beauty of the moment, that even if he was in great pain, he still chose the resurrection. He still chose to see innocent. And that is what allowed him to transcend the body completely. So even in our greatest amount of pain, we can still choose the resurrection. We can still choose the atonement.
interesting that choose once again is on page 666 in Miracles in the text. Talk about the symbols, right?
Right. I don't think I ever noticed that.
Symbols.
Right.
Yep. Noticing the synchronicity there is.
That truly is a great symbol, because no matter what darkness befalls us, no matter what demons chase us, we can always choose again. We can choose the resurrection. We can choose to see the light. You guys are completely frozen right now. Hey, toy pups.
Leave.
All right, guys, they came out of the chat. They're going to come back in. And I think when they come back in, we will probably try to wrap things up with a last minute thought. Hi, Selma. Rabbit, that was a great question. And I want you to know that I did subscribe to you. There our friends are. Be back.
See if it stays clear for a bit.
Yep, we'll go ahead and wrap things up, but let's see if we can get last insights from both of you. Well, we got a clear signal.
For me, it's remembering and recognizing that I'm never alone. The presence is always real and it's here. And to remind myself, am I aware that I'm aware? I am spirit. And that's my practice.
And for me, what's stepping forward right now is this theme of upliftment, and if everybody being involved in upliftment, and also a convenience store. So it feels like I'm talking to Jesus right now, and I see this convenience store all around me, and he keeps saying, wherever you are, this is kind of related to the Bliss-Ninny thing. You're always in a convenience store. Everything you could possibly need is right there at your fingertips. You don't have far to go. And your life, exactly as it is right now, is the convenience store. Every lesson you need, every opportunity you need, it's right here in this place. And it moves around with you. And just stay here, and you don't to go chasing after anything. Here you are, and all your lessons are right here, and you're loved. And this is the way to upliftment. Go to the convenience store.
There you go.
Perfect. I live
Perfect.
next door to a convenience store. I live right next door to a convenience store. That's funny. I love it. There was something I was going to say, Eric, but I can't remember. It left me.
Well, I was going to ask you guys if you want to do this again. And
Absolutely.
yep, we'll see if we can figure out our technical issues, and we'll get a fresh start.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to her house next time. So yeah,
give it a whirl.
Okay. And both of you are always invited for pop-ins whenever you want. Don't even have to send a message if you don't want. Just pop in and we'll let it roll, whatever comes up in the conversation. I always love that. Julie did that last week, and I ended up singing "Row, Row, Row Your Boat." Unexpected.
Oh my God, I love that. Love that.
If someone had said earlier in the day, do you know you're going to be singing a chorus a round of "Row, Row, Row Your Boat" on your live stream, I'd be like, no, it's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen. And yet there I was singing "Row, Row, Row Your Boat," and we actually had a wonderful live stream, and it was all spontaneous. So feel free whenever you want. And so on the 28th, Paul Hederman is coming up. Looking forward to talking with him. I had a great 20-minute conversation with him until we realized that no one else could hear us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And the same thing happened with Carol Howe. The amazing thing with Carol was she couldn't come up for some reason. And she's like, I don't know why, because I know how to use YouTube. It just wasn't working. And she said, well, how about if I call you? And I said, well, let's see if we can do just audio, that I'll put you on speaker and we'll see if, everyone can hear. So she did, but I could hear her, but no one else could. And she said, then Eric, this conversation is just for you, and proceeded to talk to me for about 20 minutes, half an hour, as I stared into the live stream with a huge smile on my face, listening to everything Carol Howe had to say. And afterwards,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. And afterwards I apologized. I said, guys, sorry I could not share that conversation, but I could not pass by half an hour with Carol.
I just not. And no one said, hey, we can't hear.
They said at the beginning, and then everyone was perfectly content to just watch me smile for 30 minutes. So
that is.
Yeah.
We just don't know. We don't know. Wow. That's awesome, Eric. Thank you for sharing that.
Hey, your last visit, we talked about your YouTube channel. So
Oh,
maybe,
DeeOna's YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah.
so maybe sharing your experiences healing, coming through the hospital, and where you're going to now might be something to offer to people.
Oh, okay. I hear you. Okay.
life nudging you again.
Yes, life nudging me. Okay. Okay.
Just a thought
Okay.
just came to me that everyone, it's so important, I think, to share healing stories, because everyone's going to go through something. Everyone has their own journey, everyone has their own pain, and to see someone come through it and
Mhm.
not sugarcoat it, not bypass it, not say it didn't hurt, I'm free of guilt, not to be the Bliss-Ninny, but to say, guys, this
Right.
hurt, this was a painful experience, and I was scared, but I had these wonderful tools, and this is how I
Mhm.
got through it. And I will hold your hand and let you know you're going to get through it too. And I'll be with you every step. And I don't think anyone can do that like you could do it.
True.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you.
Love you guys.
So
I love everyone here.
we're gonna say goodbye while we still can say goodbye,
Yeah.
before things break up again. But we did it. We, using your metaphor, Julie, we surfed the waves, and we got here. We did an hour and almost an hour and 15 minutes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Bye. Guys, we're going to see you all at 5 o'clock in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with DeeOna and Julie. And once a month, we're going to be hanging out together again. Both will come up separately. So pretty cool. All right. Rabbit says, love everyone here. Hey, Rabbit, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you. And Kat, thank you for that. Kat said thank you to both. Toy Pup says, love you too. Love you, Toy Pups. All right, guys. This live stream was full of, I'm gonna leave it up. Sometimes I take down the technical difficult ones. This one we're gonna leave up because it was so full of love, so full of healing, that it was worth every staticky stopping, starting, can't hear you moment that we had together, because what came through, pure gold. Love you guys. Thank you, Sniper. Thank you, Rabbit. See you guys.